Okay, okay. Next. Okay. So, I will give you the student level lecture, not for professor. This is for student level lecture. I will give you. I am working in how many students are computer science? But don't worry that I am food technology, but everybody will study the computer science. Means soft computing. If you have a soft computing knowledge, you can solve your real problem. Means practical problem. And tomorrow your responsibility to solve the real problem. Are you getting? So where I have started my journey, I will give you. ওই বন্ধ কর না রে, কি রে তোর কি অসুবিধা, তাকে ডাকছিস নাকি? But don't try to teach anyone. If you learn yourself, it's better. Okay. So I published some paper. Have you seen my students? Yesterday, have you seen my PhD students and my BTech students? They are now world famous. Like Sammaprato. Do you know Sammaprato? Now currently he is in 4th year. What so much struggling and so much calling. Now he become. Yesterday he made Professor Peter Dostel. He made 4 paper with him. Can you imagine? He is now from chemical department. I never studied any chemical engineering. So I did this. First I give you motivation, then I will come back to problem. Because if you know the story, then you can develop. Otherwise, no mechanism, no mathematics. So don't read theorem. My technique is don't read theorem. Just you read the example. One example is equivalent to 10,000 theorem. So if you have an example, so how I keep in mind all these terms. These are okay, bole do, no problem. Again, motivation to seek how to learn. Where I learned this, I will share with you. You know, at 5 I learned ABCD, but today I can speak something wrong word in English. No problem. They are unable to speak in English. No problem. Language is not a barrier. Only the thing is that the motivation. Okay. So where you are? You don't know. भूले गया मुझे एक तो बोल लो सर. Okay. Okay. Sammaprato published 4 paper with Peter. How he published? Sammaprato published so many works and so many struggling. Even his father called several times. How you become a professor and he did so many papers not published. I told her father just 2019. I told her his father that I am a teacher. My first duty, I will give you the knowledge of life. I am not taking this responsibility to publish a paper. I am a teacher. I can teach you. I can share my knowledge, not other thing. So now, there is Sammaprato. I don't know. He has appointed in petrochemicals, good company, and he published minimum 2-3 papers in top level journal in Elsevier. You know Elsevier journal. So whatever you have, you try to publish your article. Whenever I spend in Beijing and here Antonov Giri sir. Do you know Antonov Giri sir? Sir has spent so many countries. So your duty to spend. How many students have passport? Raise your hand. You don't have passport. Only 2 students, and my kid will come just afternoon. She will come and she has a passport because of his father. Because my father that died when I was this. Only you. Okay, you. Okay. Anyhow, so I will give you so many examples. My journey was started the example of polypropylene. Okay, let me start. So these are mathematical terms. All has a practical value. If you have one example, you can formulate models and you write down and you send it to the journal. Journals editor are waiting for you. They will publish your paper, and after your death, anybody can read your paper. This is the terminology. And one paper can change not only India, it can change the whole nation, whole world. It can change. Oh, foreigner has come now. Stop. Yes, ma'am. Hello. car waiting by outside. Depo. Bengali people are not. They are not using this. They are thinking for job. We are working, looking for job. Okay, so these are mathematical terms. Haji. Okay, I will tell you the story. In 1956, Professor Jade, he died 2019. Most probably, am I right? 2019 or 20 he died. His idea was, suppose in my room there is a AC machine or cooler machine. So in when AI was established, have you any idea? AI. How many students are here? You don't know the story. His idea was, so how you write? Computer is a idiotic box. If you have an idea, you can transform, then it will understand. Means everything you have to convert in logical sense. Suppose I have a beard, how computer will understand my beard and your beard? Suppose in my front of there are so many good ladies, beautiful ladies, how computer will recognize she is more beautiful than this girl? Follow any logic? Tell me. So that concept is known as fuzzy. Fuzzy means vague, uncertainty. Nowadays, it has enormous applications. Just imagination is more important than knowledge. You have enough knowledge, but you cannot imagine Haldia. Whenever you enter our department, only one quotation has written: imagination is more important than knowledge. Just imagine, okay? कौन सा फिल्म का डायलॉग है? Just imagine. फिल्म भी नहीं है. Okay, so fuzzy, we concentrate the fuzzy. Fuzzy means uncertain. Suppose she is more beautiful than this, so I am an expert. I will give you the gradation. Her name corresponding her beautiness. So suppose X name is X1 and beautiness 0.9, and another person X2 or another girl is beautiness 0.8. Within curly brackets, put in a box. This is the definition of fuzzy. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So if we define a set, then you can define all arithmetic operations. So this concept was established by Professor Jade. But 2005, Professor Liu has delivered 2 lectures here. He just proved that this concept wrong. Yesterday I tried to tell you that if someone proved that it is wrong, no bother, because everybody trying to optimize his error. Error means the difference between actual and predicted value is known as error. Everybody trying to minimize his error. That's why we have to study the optimization techniques. Okay, so I am type 1 fuzzy. Type 1 means if I say your name and your beautiness, this is called type 1 fuzzy. Am I a human being? I may be wrong. Suppose C is if I put him 0.8, it may be wrong. If you give another gradation, this is called type 2. This is the philosophical idea. Philosophical idea means if the membership function, again it becomes all our mathematics teacher here, they are looking for. But I am sharing you the concept. So type 1 and type 2. In last paper, I did all arithmetic operation. You see. So you see, from 2014, I did how many years? I did PhD. Then how many years to publish a single paper? No, 10 years, but I published starting from this. All paper was published. So this is my last talk as a keynote talk in South Korea because of my friend. I have some friends throughout the world. Sometimes I never seen all of my friends, but I have no money. Only I have knowledge. So they invite me. I can give lecture. This is my last talk, and I got outstanding thesis award from Beijing University. You know, #1 university in China. Situated. I spent there 1 month. Okay, so I will give you motivation. And what I did inventory control. You have those who are computer science, MBA, MCA, production, mechanical. You have to study the production inventory model. Inventory means you have some product, you want to sell the product. What should be your minimum cost? That concept was invented by Harry Wilson. Harry and Wilson are two friends. They invent this concept in 1915. By this model, total business, running business are going on. This is called EOQ formula. I will tell you this story about inventory. So just 2015 or 16, the department is civil. My first lecture was there. 6th semester, 15 or 16. The name of the CR was Pial Sarkar. So what happened? I was not that time. I am sitting in the optimization lab as a lab in charge. All students come to me and they shouting, "Sir, आप लोग क्या पढ़ाते हैं? हम लोग नॉन बेंगोली है, हम लोग सिविल का है, ये पेपर क्यों पढ़ाते हैं? हमको जीना आराम कर देगा ऐसा ऐसा।" बहुत हल्ला कर रहे हैं। बोले, "सर, यू क्वाइट योरसेल्फ, डोंट टीच अस हुआ। माय फेवरेट पेपर इज हुआ।" तो आई टोल्ड देम, चलो क्लास में चलो, आई विल टेक ए वन लेक्चर। Then I start my lecture and I advise them. They are shouting and crowding and this. So they are ignore me. Okay, next day we'll try, and next semester we have spent last day some. I have given some my knowledge sharing. Something happened. So now 15 or 1 month ago, I got a letter from the CR. She was appointed Wisconsin University in USA as the assistant professor. I have message. And before that, he did his masters from IIT Roorkee and MTech. And he did PhD from Ryerson University from Canada. Now he is will be assistant professor in Wisconsin. Several times we are human beings, we will do the mistakes. Your intention and my intention is same, but there will be some collision. Okay, in this context, I will tell one thing. You are looking for online or offline, which one is better? Online and offline. Suppose if I arrange an online examination, if I arrange, all students will create film देखा, वो बहुत अच्छा एक्सप्लेन करता है। मेरे को हिंदी नहीं आता है, मैं अभी ये लो Asian boss, we are waiting. You know that people why they are coming because of this. I never seen before. Yesterday I tried to told him. I never seen, no problem. This is the language of Professor Liu. When I was there, "Sir, can I put your name in my paper so it will be published on reputed journal like a Bengali man?" He told me, "No, don't put my name. You are my friend, that's enough. I will just wait." This is the language of Professor Liu. Okay, anyhow, I forget because in my mind where they are coming and this. Okay, these are my papers. If you want to read, you search my Google. So inventory control, this is a very huge applications. I did 30 papers. At that time, I was not PhD degree. My first student was joined with me. I have given so many torture from my friends. How you become a professor? Oh, you are going professor. I have received so many criticism because I have not that degree. But he joined me. Now he is working in Heritage Engineering College. He is the best teacher, Dipankar Chakraborty. My first teacher, my first PhD student, Dipankar Chakraborty. Now, type 2, these are my statistics. So, already this is my knowledge. I have knowledge is limited. For example, I spent 3 years. How many years? This is the counter example. Question is that, can you solve LPP 12 standard method? Can you solve anyone? LPP, linear programming. Can you solve it? But at the gate paper, I have seen there are 5 variables. What my target was, how I will solve in 1 minute. Anyone? This is the open question. If you solve, I will give you minimum 2000 rupees right now. In my pocket, I have some money, I will give you. Can you solve? That's why I publish a book before doing paper. This is a counter example of my book. And one student, right now he is from IAS officer in Delhi, and in his car there is a red bulb. But I have no car, no problem. So Durges has solved in Dijkstra algorithm, computer science, Dijkstra algorithm. You want to move different cities. You have a car, you want to move several cities. So what should be the minimum cost and minimum traveling time? So he solved in a one table. So that's why I published from this book. Oh. Yeah, this is a counter example. Suppose you have studied matrix. Have you studied or not? Yes, you can calculate a square, a cube, a to the power 4 in 1 minute and 2 minutes. What? You can't solve a to the power 2000 in a 1 second. Can you solve? And you know these are complicated. What is the eigenvalues of A inverse? What is the eigenvalues of A cube? These are the easy examples. Means one example can change your life. So that's why I published 2 books. You know, my teacher, yesterday I invited him. But he is again agreed with me because I was the last bencher. You know, everybody knows I am a last bencher. So this is the counter example. If you have a counter example, oh, right now I have these books. But if you spend in Beijing or Korea, they never like book because after your retirement, you have some knowledge, you will publish. My suggestion, their suggestion, not me. But don't try to read any books. You try to publish a journals. Okay. Right now, these are my standard. I did how many? 81 scopus. I got 130 certificates from elsewhere as a reviewer. And IEEE, I got minimum 40 certificates. But I did not publish a single paper in IEEE because they want money. I am poor person. I have no money. Okay. God has not given a beautiful face, God has given a beautiful mind or hands by which I can only help. Okay, so this is my first paper. First paper means my friend is not here, he died due to COVID. Varun Das, he is a topper in our batch. He died just last year due to COVID. Okay, this is my journey. Type 1, type 2, the journey was started from the example of polypropylene. When I published polypropylene, some other teacher told me, how you know polypropylene, you are mathematics. I have no answer, that's why I cannot give answer, but right now I have studied everything. If anyone asks me what is polypropylene, I can share how I optimize the controlling system, because whenever you visit any industry, everything are automated. Have you visited any industry? Have you visited any industry or not? You don't have any friends, that's why you never visit any. That is your fault. Okay, you see, this is the statistics. You know, in elsewhere I have reported that in polypropylene first paper I have established in this technology. I did first paper in the Cleaner Production Journal, and in the editor is from Bruno Technical University. You can check. Some chemical teacher are here. They can chemical engineering department. Geology. My hard student Sanghamitra, they published this paper, and it is her concept collecting from the petrochemical industry. I never seen the petrochemical industry, but automation, which have published this paper, are very good. By this paper, she got PhD. Then last paper done by Sudipto. This paper totally done by Sudipto, but I don't know why he put my name as a first author. I am sorry, I can declare with you. Sudipto is there. Okay, Sudipto from computer science. I am not a teacher of computer science, but I am very fortunate that Sudipto chose me as his supervisor. I am very lucky. So I am not going to in terms of research part. I will give you motivation. The speaker already has come. Have you get any disturb or boring my lecture? You contact the initiative department. More than 90% students are coming for my class. only for motivation in MCA department, because they don't know what is the derivative of x. They forget everything. Okay, I will teach them, no problem. Because I am teacher, my destination is, my first duty is teacher. I will share with. Okay, this is a cleaner production journal, and just imagine, this is the petrochemical industry situated in very near. How many? I from only 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer. Have you seen? They produces the PP. It is PP, and it is situated here. And these are the. It look like white bubbles. Okay, and chemistry teacher are waiting. Some students are thinking, sir, I am from chemical engineering, computer science, in artificial intelligence. Why I will study the chemistry? No need. It is depend on you. You will study or not. Okay, so it is your duty. So you will study or not, it depends on you. Am I right, sir? Chemistry teacher. Oh, I know artificial intelligence. No, it is the best thing. So your government has already discarded, but I do not discourage, because you have a phone, you can make a video and send the post, and they will cut up me. I'm ready. Okay, I know I am ordinary teacher. Okay, so every day I am using the product of polypropylene. These are products of PP. Okay, this is the mathematical definition. I do not share with you. बाहर जाके बोलो HOD सर ने इतना पढ़ाया, मेरा दिमाग मेरे को गाली. समझ में आ रहा है? तो I will not discuss this part, because this is it has some concept in terms of logic. तुम लोग क्या देखा सर, ये मैथमेटिक्स का कितना बड़ा definition? No, this is beyond this. There is a logic. Computer understand only logic. 2 plus 2, how much? But I can write 2 plus 2 equals to 3 plus 3, how much? I can get it 1. I can prove it if there is no chalk duster, but I can prove it. Okay, everything is possible for a brain. Computer understand the logic. Are you bole? I am waiting the foreign. We are waiting. আর ওরা স্যার এলে আমি এটা বলবো, বাঙালি স্টুডেন্ট বেশি তো। So today we are in time, so don't blame us. Yesterday they have blamed Sudipto, Anupam sir. Oh, you are not. So it is easy to blame others. Most easiest thing is blame others. Yes, am I right? Blame kar, was good. So I did this picture, graphical picture of type 2, where it can apply. Application is a cancer patient. I have several cancer patients. Can I put the same medicine, same amount of medicine in a single patient? No. So in future, what will be? Everything will be automation with the help of AI. So that logic I will not share. This is a simple union and intersection. Oh, it's a key day. They want only certificate. I'm ready to send him all BTech certificate, because they are looking for job. मेरा मन में क्या है, मेरे को जॉब चाहिए. ये डिजीज तुम लोग के पास है, मेरे को जॉब चाहिए. नहीं हाउ वहाँ जब अगर if we get a job, if I get a job, I don't know why you like this job. I don't know. Okay, देखो today I am here, and very near tomorrow you will be this position. How you will motivate? It is your duty. Okay, this is union interest. These are the steps I have not taken, because those who will be interested, please contact my students. I have right now minimum more than 15 students, but they are not my PhD students. But my dignity is I am teacher. Teacher must be helper. Means help. My hand is for help other. Okay, now yeah, that thing I can discuss. Actually, how many parameters? I have started Oh, professor will come, so that's why I have to start from, because Professor Peter, he don't know the type to facility. So here I can start. So you know where I have started. Suppose you see example. देखो, suppose I have a problem. My company produces PP. These are the engineers. They will judge the quality of polypropylene by this factor. Factor name is hydrogen flow, donor, pressure, temperature. If one parameter changes, the quality will be changed. This is a common thing. Chemical expert are waiting. They will check their quality and so many. Every day they are checking, but they are spending so much time. So why we will study the year? Are you getting the idea? So my duty, I will collect all data. I put in my computer. Then next day computer will give you the quality without searching all respective elements. It's a simple logic. Are you getting? So in the middle part, I wrote some programming. Then I published. Always duty to check the accuracy. Today I am not speaker, but I am giving you lecture. I don't know to give you backup. Why they are not coming in time? Okay, these are the fundamental and so mathematics part I will omit it. And another concept I can share with you. So by this graph one, suppose yesterday professor has given some graph, but nobody will understand what is the meaning. Why we are putting this graph? Have you any idea? Just graph means so if you have eyes, you can see the meaning. Otherwise, not. But your education system is only to pass a certificate. But graph, why the graph is important? Why everybody putting their graph? You don't know. Okay, no problem. I will not give you the answer. This is a good paper. You know, the second author, he denied me to get PhD degree. You know, because I am not, he get a degree, but I did this paper. It's a very prestigious journal. So I will not state this story. This is this is my best paper in my life. But after publishing this journal, this paper was deleted from the NCR. But I am not worried. What I did, I tried to establish some arithmetic operation, means addition, subtraction, multiplication, and this is the fundamental one. If you have Haji, I hope you understand. Haji means uncertain. Suppose today is very fog, very hazy. Today, can I launch my satellite? There is no actual answer. How you will predict? That is called of Haji. Rough. Okay, Haji means rough, haziness. Okay, I did some computer programming. If we take two numbers, if we add the result, what should be the result? I did all mathematical calculation part. Oh, this is a paper from Sambobrata, no? This is a Sambobrata paper. This is a very famous paper from chemical data set. Oh, it's a very tough problem. There are three friends. You know, H, J, B, L. H for Hamiltonian, J for Jacobian, L for Lagrangian. Have you heard the name? They are God. Three friends established loss of one will be the gain of other. That is called two-person zero-sum game. Two-person zero-sum game means Reliance, Big Bazaar, so many big industries, they are trying to their profit. But loss of one. Good morning, welcome Professor. So today I am just taking the lecture because my student was ready for your lecture. But okay, you will start. We are waiting. My student is waiting for. Okay, please submit your PPT. Okay, just I will take 1 minute. Just okay, please sit down. Just you listen. How many years I have spent to solve a problem? You know, minimum 3 to 5 years. Main problem was to differentiate derivative. You know derivative? If there are 5 variables, how you differentiate? Derivative equal to 0, this gives the minimum or maximum. Do you know? So that I found is
there is a connection to internet.
okay. Suppose problem was started. Suppose if you have a function of two variable, easily we can differentiate. Okay. If it is 5 variable, how you will differentiate? I am facing lot of problem 3 to 4 years. I asked several teachers, nobody has given. Oh, it is your duty to solve. Then I have a friend Denmark. They have published some paper in this field. One day I am just taking one meeting. Google is your best friend. Who is your best friend nowadays? Oh yes. Whatever your problem, you ask Google. So they advise some software, some techniques. Today we are free and we can publish any papers. So thank you, my dear students, and helping me and my department as well as indirectly you. So my humble request, please attend all lectures. I am always with you. Whenever you have a problem, so I am always ready to help you. Okay, by these words, you must attend, be sincere, be polite. All total tomorrow you will be the one teacher or one CEO in a company. So please learn something. With these words, I conclude my speech. So Dr. Sumo Vera sir will take in charge the next session, and Dr. Jyoti Dole, I will hand over the mic. So thank you once again.
A very good morning to all of you. Suprabhat. So I'd just like to inform our guest, our eminent guest here today. Suprabhat is an Indian term. It means good morning. So today we have very special delegate here. He is Dr. Radek Doskosil. He is an associate professor of the Faculty of Business and Management in Brno University of Technology. He is the member of the Department of Informatics, and his area of interest focuses on issues of modeling of manager processes, especially in the area of project management and knowledge management. So over to you, sir.
Okay, good morning. Dear colleagues, dear students, thank you very much for your nice introduction. And I have prepared for you two presentations. First is on the topic actual challenges in the project management, but I decide to start this first 30 minutes with another topic. I think that this topic will be much more interesting, and it is a short introduction of our university and also of, I think that it will be for you much more to our university and to study there. That's the reason why you must be prepared for this trip. So I think that you appreciate it. For this reason, I have here another presentation. Some information mentioned Professor Dostal yesterday. So you can see it's the logo of our university, and I have one question for a beginning. If you remember from yesterday, how many faculties does our university have? Do you know? We have 8 faculties. It's quite enough. So we are the second biggest or largest university in Brno. The biggest university is Brno, is the Masaryk University, which 10 faculties. It's important to understand the organizer or hierarchical structure because you have another terminology and you must well understand about which topic we will speak. So each university we can divide in faculties, and then each faculties we can divide in departments. For example, all we three are from the Brno University. We are from the Faculty of Business and Management and from Department of Informatics. So now, now you can see on this picture some building of our rector house, some building of the Faculty for Informatics, and on the next slide you can see the basic information. So we are the oldest university, which 120 years old, and you can see also the information about the international ranking of the university. So in the year 2018, we are in the position between 601 and 650 position. It means that we will 2.3% one of the best universities of the world. Here is the information which you know. So the basic organizing structure is 8 faculties, and then you can see that there are also 3 universities, institutes, but be careful. Institutes is smaller unit than faculty. You can see, for example, one of the institute is Institute of, for example, for the Center or Institute for Sport Activities. So the students have a lot of opportunities to do some afternoon activities with different kinds of sports. Football, ice hockey, swimming, what you want. One thing is study, research. Second thing is some time for your hobby, so for example for sports. On this slide you can see the numbers of students of our 8 faculties. So for example, we are the Faculty of Business and Management. That's the first, second, third, fourth row, and you can see that in this here we have about 2,700 students. The biggest faculty is the Faculty of Civil Engineering. This faculty is also the oldest faculty. It was one of the first faculty in our university. There study a lot of students, more than 4,000. Also you can see in the chart how is the distribution between men and women. You can see that there are more women than men, but there are also exceptions. For example, in our faculty, there is, I think it is 50-50, half and half. But for example, in the Faculty of Machinery Engineering, there are 90% of men and about 10% of women. So altogether, the structure of men and women is this way. That's one of the important slides for you. That's the chart about the international studies between these years. I'm sorry, there are not so actual data, but between these years, you can see how many international students, incoming students to our university income in these years. The numbers are still increasing, so you can see that more than 4,000 students income to study at our university. On this slide, you can see the basic structure of education. The Czech education system in the university has 3 levels. First is the bachelor study. The bachelor study takes 3 years. This study You can graduate on the bachelor when you prepare your bachelor thesis and to pass your state exam. Then you can continue with the master study. Master study is for 2 years. And this study graduate again with diploma thesis and to pass the state exam. Then if you decide to do some more the research, you can continue with the PhD study or doctoral study. It's the postgraduate studying. Official time for this studying is 4 years, but the maximum time you can continue again with the distance form is 8 years. So here you can see the numbers of students in each of these study programs. If you want to know details information, you must search it on internet. You must take the internet website of our university, then to go to internet website to the faculty, which is the best one for you, and then you can see in details, for example, the study programs. It means which subjects, but again, be careful, because subject is, I think, something another than here in you, but the subject in us means, for example, that there are some subjects which are compulsory, and this subject you must study, and there are some subjects when you have the possibility to change, for example, one or second to prefer better your profile. So in total, you can see that in our university is 99 accredited study programs. And 37 study programs is prepared for foreigner students. So it's in English language. So I think that the offer is quite big, and you all will have some chance to find one of the best one for you. Then we also offer some special courses for the people from industry in different fields of area. For example, my teaching and research area is the management, concretely the project management, risk management, knowledge management, all together, because there are the relationships. I'll also apply some quantitative method, also some of this quantitative method from, we can say, operation research or from the area of soft computing. But about this topic I will speak probably tomorrow or today after the break. On this slide you can see the basic international activities. We have spoken something about the program Erasmus+. That's one of the biggest programs who support the mobility, so exchanging of students between the universities, but not only for students but also for the staff, so academics workers. It's very popular. There is good financial support, that's important. You need the money for flight tickets, accommodation, and so on and so on. And it exists also another, for example, Tempus program, which have a little specific rules, but the main aim is still the same, to support the mobility and exchanges of the students. Then you can see that we also cooperate, especially in teaching process with another university. For example, our university, that's the Faculty of Business and Management, has a joint degree program together with the university in Great Britain and also with the university in Poland. And the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering has a double degree program with the university in Germany and in France. What does it mean? It means that this is a double degree program. You will, when you graduate this study program, you will have some diploma from our university and the second diploma from the second university, because these universities cooperate. I think that's also nothing new information. Probably you have something similar here. but in our country or also in the European Union, it is very popular to build these double degree and joint degree programs. You can see also the number, something about the mobility students, how many is incoming students, outcoming students, also the academic staff, and the numbers of these students are increasing. On this slide, you can see the basic services which we offer for the students. So, Brno University of Technology has the largest accommodation facilities in Brno. There is enough place for you. You all are welcome. We have about 6,000 beds prepared for our foreigner students. There are students' canteens, many students and canteens in each faculty, also in other places in Brno. You will get some card, students' card, ID card, and you can use it for different students' canteen. On this slide, you can see how prepared we are for sports, because sports is important. You must also have time for relax, and sports is one of the activity which is good for relax. So you can see here quite modern sports station with football place, and all is available for you for free. Then we, can you hear me? No. Here you can see some basic information about our research area. That's the basic research topic, not, of course, not of our faculty, but general about all the university. And then you can see some examples of the research. So on this slide, you can see one of the favorite picture. That's the solar corona, which was published in the journal Nature. It is one of the best, you can say, Nature in journal in the world. And this photo is based and is prepared about the mathematical processes, how to go some pieces of picture together, and only with this way you are to able to prepare this picture, these photos. The owner of these photos is our colleague from the Faculty of Machinery Engineering. He's a professor of mathematics, because it's on the basic of mathematics. On this slide you can see airplane, which is special with the electric engine. And this electric engine, I think it will be some future in this electric engine. This is the first plane which is able from the electric engine be on the air, I think, more than 1 hour. Okay, it's enough, 1 hour, nothing, but still. And the next slides are the next information about some research activities. But at this time, I think that it will be better to see some shorts video to better understand the basic information. So you need 1 minute. I need internet because this link is not functioning. So now you can see 5-6 minute video about our university. Sound, yes, sound.
Exploring, creating and learning. This ancient force inherent in humans drives us to new discoveries, achievements and successes. Nurturing this drive is key. The Brno University of Technology has been doing just that for over 120 years. In its early days, BUT only had a few dozen students. That didn't last long though. It soon earned international recognition and now boasts almost 20,000 students, gaining knowledge and skills faculties and 3 university institutes. Established, the faculty departments engage in extensive research and offer consulting and expert witness services to the private sector and professional public. The Faculty of Mechanical Engineering is the university's largest. It offers comprehensive education reflecting current trends, such as Industry 4, as well as interdisciplinary programs in nanotechnologies, mechatronics, and industrial design. The faculty focuses greatly on supporting student projects and working closely with its partners in industry. The comprehensive selection of degree programs offered by the Faculty of Electrical Engineering and Communication is unparalleled by any other Czech university. The faculty's researchers play vital roles in domestic and international projects and are frequently engaged as contractors by large electrical companies from Czechia and abroad. The history of the Faculty of Architecture stretches back over a century, with former professors including famous Czech architects such as Bohuslav Fuchs and Ivan Rulev. The faculty continues to fulfill its role in teaching students about architecture and urbanism. It encourages and supports both students and staff to study and lecture at universities all over the world. The Faculty of Chemistry particularly specializes in basic and industrial research. Its students train for careers in the chemical, pharmaceutical, and construction sectors. The faculty has close ties with industry, focusing on projects involving chemistry, biochemistry, and the environment. The Faculty of Business and Management takes pride in helping future entrepreneurs and managers to develop hands-on skills. Its students get connected with companies both at home and all over the world. The experience they gain here helps them to secure jobs in management and to start and run their own companies. The Faculty of Fine Arts teaches a variety of artistic disciplines, ranging from the classics such as painting, drawing and sculpture, through intermedia such as photography, performance and environment, to graphic, product and game design. Each of the 17 studios is headed by a prominent figure in the field, and our students and graduates regularly win awards at major competitions and festivals. IT, in all its shapes, sizes, uses and its security, are central to the activities at the Faculty of Information Technology, which not only boasts successful prototypes and startups, but also valued partnerships with international giants such as Facebook, Google and Adobe. The faculty also offers vast support for student entrepreneurs. The Institute of Forensic Engineering is a separate university institute under BUT, offering education and expert services in transport and construction. It is an active partner in the private sector, focusing particularly on analyzing traffic accidents and standards for expert witnesses. The Center of Sports Activities is a university institute that offers a degree program in sports technologies. It also offers nearly 80 physical education programs, represents the university in athletic competitions, and organizes various active leisure activities in its elite level facilities, equipped with certified surfaces. SciTech is a leading inter-university research center that provides the perfect conditions for basic and applied research in advanced nanotechnology, microtechnology, and advanced materials. Its state-of-the-art labs host many international experts working alongside Czech students and researchers. But life at BUT is so much more than learning and paving the way for future technologies. The city of Brno, where BUT is located, is the regional capital and home to numerous technology companies. It's a buzzing student city, dotted with parks, cafes, clubs, and cultural venues. There is no shortage of events run by the BUT students, including the all-time favorite, the traditional BUT Ball. Here at the Brno University of Technology, we have always believed in the human need to explore, ponder, and create. We have been nurturing and fostering this need in our students for over 120 years, and we will continue to do so.
Okay, thank you very much. And because the for you, especially about the Brno city, but we have no time, so you can search this video. They are available on the YouTube channel, and there is no problem. But I recommend it to see how Brno city looks like before your possible trip to Czech Republic to Brno. You are all welcome. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Tea is ready, so then we'll take tea. Okay, is it okay? Take tea, then we'll come back here. Then okay, so go outside, take within 5 minutes. Just come. Is it correctly or not?
Okay, students, please listen carefully. Today we have arranged some tea there in the outside. Okay, and also at 4 p.m. Hello, listen carefully. Today we have arranged some tiffin packets for you at 4 p.m. Okay, and that will be followed. Yes, I know. So not lunch. Basically, we arranged today a tiffin packet for today at 4 p.m. and also same thing will follow tomorrow also. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Now go outside and come back again. And if you stay up last year, the professor will give you green. You join. Otherwise, you
Sorry.
Okay, student. After that, you cross here. It's not good. You take time.
Excuse me, and before switch my colleagues.
अरे कल्चरल प्रोग्राम है उसमें कुछ करना कल्चरल प्रोग्राम एक्सेस करने आ जाओ जैसे एडजस्ट कर ले अरे तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो अभी नहीं है कल्चरल प्रोग्राम में जो कुछ करना है ना अरे बिफोर द कल्चरल प्रोग्राम है ये करके पीछे हो जाए अरे नो पर कल्चरल प्रोग्राम में जो कुछ करना है
Students, please take your seats. We are going to start very shortly.
So my kids are not practical sports. For them, a restroom where it's for me and like this. So.
আচ্ছা আপনি একটু বলুন যে মিটকোনার লেকচার আছে সেটা কোথায় থাকবে মিটকোনার নাম শোনা इसका बायोडाटा कर लिया इसका बायोडाटा
Students, please settle down.
You have to move, there will be another 12. He is from the other place. Next day your lesson will start. After 1 hour, after 1 hour.
Good morning and welcome back after the tea session. Professor Peter Dostal has already become a family face in our college, so he needs no more introduction. We all are eagerly waiting for his lecture. The podium is all yours, sir, now.
Hello. Wow. What is the problem?
Students, please quickly settle down.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? půl hodiny a pak to musíme opustit, že tady no tak do 12. No tak máme genetické algoritmy. Ne, jak půl hodiny a ty budeš půl hodiny. No ne, tak to by zase už nechal na dečce. Že mám začít nebo počkat na to.
Who are still loitering here and there are requested to settle down quickly.
Že mě tady neslyšíte hodiny na tom. Takže pak ukážu, co to je. Yes, okay. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Therefore, we will be continuing. I hope that you found from my last lesson previous tomorrow that I showed you something about fuzzy logics and application of the fuzzy logic that is some advantages why to use a fuzzy logic. Therefore, I informed you something and tell you something that second part will be dedicated to neural networks, and next day will be third part when I tell you something about evolutionary or genetic algorithms for optimization. Therefore, now it's dedicated, my lecture is dedicated to neural network, and I tell you something about theory at first. Therefore, as I said to you, and you saw some film about Brno and University Brno. Therefore, in this region was born so-called scientist Burtinie, yes, and therefore he was born in 1787, and he described how the biological neuron looks like in our brain. Therefore, in this century, it was a new discovery, and it was something how it was described here. And therefore, of course, there is some picture of brains in our brain, and here you can see that what is important, that there is a core, yes, and goes inside, so dendrites, it means some impulses goes into this core, yes, and then it's interesting that it has only one output, but the output goes to another neurons, and these connections here are here, for example, and it's interesting that these processes in our brain is based on the electrochemical processes. Therefore, you can measure here some millivolts and some microamperes inside our brain, and it's how our brain is working and why we are thinking and so on. Except these chemical processes are done in the synapses, therefore some particles goes to another on the input to another neuron. Therefore, its description, how its picture, how is it in our brain. This is some description that there are so many inputs. Usually, it's 100 inputs in this core, yes, and only one output. Therefore, as I told you last day, advantages for us, therefore it's a speed, memory, yes, and reliability. Therefore, scientists thought that it could be when this thinking of human beings will be put into the computer, therefore it will be increased in such a way. Therefore, here you can model of the perceptron. Therefore, neuron converted to computer is called perceptron. Therefore, you can see that there are inputs. Yes, in human beings there are hundreds of inputs, and it goes in this so-called core, which is very simple function, is only the sum. And what is very important on this, here is so-called weights. Weights 1, 2 on input 2, 3 on input 3, and PR, double VR as a weight of PR inputs. Therefore, it's only multiplication, therefore you can see here that on the output is value from this or input to this output from this sum, and is double V1 multiplied by P1 plus double V2 P2 up to double the VR multiplied by PR. And of course, there is some B, another input, but it's input without weight. Therefore, you can see that it's very simple model, and when you write this is the sum symbol, it's a double VE, PE, PI plus V. Therefore, the signal could be amplified when the value is greater than 1, could be reduced when the value will be less than 1, and without change when this weight will be equal to 1. And in continuous, therefore, its description of this only that you have inputs multiplied by the weight like it's done in human beings. And there is an output, it's A, and it represents this chemical process on the synapses, and there could be various methods, various transfer, it's called so-called transfer function. In physiology, we will have a membership function, there are the transfer functions, and there are used various types of functions. You can see here of the simplest one, that the output will be 0 or only 1 when the value here, therefore input for this function, transformation function is less than 0 or equal 0, it will be 1. It's a so-called hard limit function, hard limitation, hard limit. This term is used, for example, with matrix laboratory program, yes, and in literature also. And another is here you can see it's a pure line, therefore you can see that the value depends on the input linearly. This function is very simple and is used only mainly for the demonstration. Here, these functions are not used so often because when you go to the right and there will be plus infinite value, also the value of a will be plus infinite. Therefore, you know that the computer can stop the calculation or can call that there is an error. And of course, if the value of n will be minus infinite, the value of a will be minus infinite. Therefore, there are used other two transfer functions here. This is shape, therefore here you can see that the value is from 0 to 1, or if we need, therefore this value is from minus 1 is plus 1, therefore limit from the left will be 0, from the right it will be plus 1, and from this value it will be here minus 1, limit from the left side, and limit from the right side is number. Its value such as. Therefore, the principle is there were first method. What is interesting is that they searched for 20 years. There were searching scientists, especially mathematics, how to do the calculation. Therefore, it was discovered so-called backpropagation method, which enables us to do what? It means there are also some steps like falsification, fuzzy inference, and falsification. The first is learning. We'll have two types of neural networks. This first one is unsupervised neural networks or supervised neural networks. It means without or with teacher of the values of inputs and outputs. And learning means like you are learning other subjects, you are learning foreign language, something like this, that you are reading it and repeating several times, and then you know it. The same principle is in a neural network, artificial neural network in computer, that the data are given to this neural network, and in this case, the neural network is trained. Like it's trained, it's very simple that you get some and important role plays. Learning means that are changing the weights. Yes. Therefore, if you put something on the inputs, therefore it's calculated the sum. Then you receive some values from transfer functions, and then its method propagation is search how high is the error. Therefore, we know the result for learning, but also we know the value from this model, and therefore there will be different error calculated, and then if it will be okay, but it's not okay, therefore there are some methods that these weights are recalculated, and therefore in real applications there are iterations that can be, for example, thousands and thousands iterations when new value is calculated and compared with the reality, and if not, it's going iteration, and then, for example, if the error is near 0, you stop the calculation and you set, I started to describe you, it's then testing that you get on the input new values, and you are searching if it's working okay. Therefore, when you and the input layer, output layer is here only one. yes, value, and inside are so-called hidden neurons. Therefore, it's not so simple when you do some calculation here. Therefore, the principle is learning. You give data on the input, propagation method gives you result. Goes several or hundreds times to be repeated, right? And when you learn the neural network, you do test, it's okay, and you can implement. Therefore, like I present to you fuzzy logic where use if the loan will be provided to you or not. Therefore, the same task could be solved with the neural networks, but in different way. You can see you can use only real numbers, values. You can convert it on some figures, numbers, and therefore there will be one output, and there will be also, for example, said if the mortgage will be provided to you or not. Therefore, for these simple models could be used this Hartling function. Therefore, it means no mortgage will be loan given to you. Yes, and yes. Therefore, on the output could be 0 or 1 value if you will be using transfer function or this one function, and you can work with this. Therefore, it's very shortly how the neural works for learning, testing, and the implementation. Important inputs, outputs, weights, which are changing during the process of calculation, and transfer function. Well, and therefore, you can see how this it's from a program, not metrics laboratory now, but you can see that there is a process of learning, of testing, and if you want to know the future, therefore now it's presented by the time series, and you do the prediction. In this case, you do the forecast. You can see that there is hundreds of thousands iterations. Why? Because very important is to search for the error. Therefore, it's the difference between real values and values of the model. And for example, when you are satisfied that the error is less than 1%, calculation, and you can use this model. In this program, for example, be used, for example, representative before previous slides, and many other methods. And you can see even here that you can neuro-fuzzy system could be used where the fuzzy helps to improve the quality of the model. And some applications, for example, you can see that if something, for example, it could be evaluated by the bank, evaluated by some seller. Therefore, you can see here the inputs. Yes, inputs are sex, age, status, single marriage, number of children, income, account, debt, and so on, other numbers. And here is, for example, here is a percentage, how high the risk is when you some money will be given to you. Therefore, you must collect data from some previous time. It's not the problem, yes, and in this case, I did the test, therefore the output is how high is the risk, and here you can see I have a question mark, which means that the process of learning. Therefore, when I will be done very quickly. And for example, when you in some big bank, for example, this America Bank or something like this, it has divisions in other countries. The process of evaluation of the loan is the same, and it wouldn't be influenced by some glare and to defraud some money. Quality, yes, here you can see how high was the quality, and now a very popular level is so-called predictive maintenance. Yes, it's very important because you must check your device if it's very well in good function, in good condition. For example, I have in my book some example. For example, testing of aircraft collapsed with you because there was some problem with the motor, especially when it's Boeing or even 800 passengers are here, or Airbuses also. Therefore, in this case, it's called predictive maintenance, that the database is filled with all so many sensors to measure something. And therefore, of course, it gives you some warning that something could happen in near future. Therefore, in this case, this motor must be changed, because we can say that the aircraft flying is nearly 100 safety, or 99.999 safety. So aircraft are in the air, and you want to have a successful landing and departures, and therefore it's very important. In factories also there are various machines, therefore you must do some calculation of some problem with the machine, because when it stops some production, it would be a great problem. Another example you can see, for example, a very small application. It was some seller of I don't know. It was some rolls or bread or something like this. Why? Because, for example, when you have some products, or like bread and rolls, if you have more bread, therefore it can be waste, yes, because you didn't sell it. Once waste, if you have less, then it's needed, it's also waste. Therefore, for the prediction for the next day is how high will be sell, and therefore it can be order, or when you have own bakery, you can bake such amount of rolls, bread, or something. The similar could be also with the newspapers. Yes, you must you must predict how many newspapers will be sold out next day. Yes, it will be more. It will be losing your money. It will be less. You will have no profit from this. Therefore, when you make some calculation of the news, because you can see the news can sell next day, another day will be new news. Therefore, prediction is very important and saves your time. Very interesting. There is another. There is no data, there are only input data, and the advantage is that in this case you can calculate clusters or groups of similar things. Therefore, in risk management or in a bank application, you can divide, for example, clients with low risk, medium risk, or high risk. Therefore, in this case, you have only income, X, Y, Z axis. It's three-dimensional task, three-dimensional task, and you can see that the input were income, property, risk. Therefore, it creates into a group of people with low income, low property, which means that high risk. Each point represents one client, and therefore there will be some medium property, medium income, and therefore it's medium risk. And up there will be low risk if there will be some clients with high income and high property. It's simple because we have two inputs, but when we will be solving this problem in real situations, there are, for example, these 10 inputs, therefore you cannot see such an illustrative picture, graph, and if you can use, for example, virtual glasses or something like this. You can go and penetrate into visualization of the data. Therefore, in this case, you can change, for example, property income, and when you want to see it, therefore, instead of income will be age, or it could be divided like it was presented previous time. Yes, it was according income, yes, also number of children, status, age, or so on, and so on. Therefore, it would be in such a way. Therefore, its calculation of such is another presentation of product evaluation when the sale is search on the price and quality. Therefore, you can see here price and quality, and there is you can see, for example, this way that it's low price but low quality. This era is medium quality and price, and this era of that is very expensive. And you can make some calculation what best is to sell. For example, if it will be low cost and low price, and then, or if you will be somewhere in another town, for example, capital town, there are very rich people. Therefore, there will be different features, and you will be focused on the high quality and high quality sell, because the price will not be so important. Therefore, it's some application, and you can see when it's much more, it's three-dimensional graph, but you have here, for example, 700 clients, and when you want to evaluate it, also three-dimensional virtuality, you can have a three-dimensional mouse or this virtual glasses, and you can go inside and